All right, guys, what is going on? Let me adjust this here. What's going on? Happy Friday. Let me get to where I need to be. Well, before I do that, I just want to say thanks to everybody for memberships, subscribers. If you're neither, just watch the channel. Appreciate it. I can't hardly talk. I just got through swimming. Listen, if you've got a pool and you didn't use it today, you're crazy. It's gonna be it's gonna rain here probably next 2-3 days, but man, is it gonna be hot. So stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe. I think with the humidity here, it's like 105. All right, so talk a little bit about Summer Wells thing going on here, case. I had someone ask me, he said, hey Don, what does Don Wells, what was he got to abide by on probation? And I thought, it's an interesting question. I don't know exactly all the rules to it, but I did go on the State of Tennessee's website and I did find it. So, where is it here? Oh, that's Western District. Apparently, they've got a Western District in Tennessee, a Middle District, and an Eastern District. And if you want to take a look at this yourself, I'll put a link in the description below. You can click on it and read it yourself. But I'm just going to read it off here to you. Whoa, I just seen something on here. Sex offender registry. What's that? I say below you'll find information standards, supervision, and travel restrictions, as well as sex offender registry requirements. Always follow the conditions and restrictions given to you by your probation. Oh, okay. It's just a thing. Okay, so let me click on the Eastern District here, and it says here these are the standard conditions of Tennessee probation. Okay, guys, and of course, any specific requirements can be, ordered by the judge or maybe even ordered by the probation officer. So just keep that in mind. This is not like exact. So let me read over it here. It says, as part of your probation, you must comply with the following standards or standard conditions of supervision. These conditions are imposed because they establish the basic expectations for your behavior while on supervision and identify the minimum tools needed by probation officers to keep informed, report to the court about, and bring about improvements in your conduct and condition. Number one, you must report to the probation office in the federal judicial district where you are authorized to reside within 72 hours of the time you were sentenced, unless the probation officer instructs you to report to a different probation officer or within a different time frame. So once you leave court and the judge says you're on probation, you got 72 hours to report to your probation officer. After initially reporting to the probation office, you will receive instructions from the court or the probation officer about how and when you must report to the probation officer. And you must report to the probation officer as instructed. Again, like I said, I've known a few people that's been on probation. So with them, something in my shoe, guys. Okay, with them, I have one friend. I don't even think he had to report to a probation officer, but another friend, he had to report like once a month. So I don't know what that's about, but like I said, it varies. I guess the one that didn't have to report to a probation officer, I guess they would classify that as unsupervised probation, and the one where you do have to report would probably be supervised. That's what I'm taking. So if you guys know for sure, drop some comments below and let us hear it. Number 3, You must not knowingly leave the federal judicial district where you are authorized to reside without first getting permission from the court or the probation officer. So that right there would be one of Don Wells's things. So if he did go to Arkansas, of course he has to get permission from the court or the probation officer to do it. More like just the probation officer. I'm sure the court don't want to hear all that. You know, they're tied up with enough stuff. They don't want to. Okay, you can go to Arkansas. So I'd say more likely he just okayed it with his PO and went out there. So may not have okayed it. Well, he'd be in jail if he didn't, because they'd have revoked him. But anyway, you must answer truthfully the questions asked by your probation officer. Truthfully. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Truthfully. From Don Wells. You must live at a place approved. Oh, listen to this, guys. You must live at a place approved by the probation officer. If you plan to change where you live or anything about your living arrangements, such as people you live with, you must notify the probation officer at least 10 days before the change. If notifying the probation officer in advance is not possible due to unanticipated circumstances, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours of becoming aware of a change or expected change. So, and again, guys, I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to take a look at this. So, Don Wells has to live in a place approved by his probation officer. And if he plans to change where he lives, he has to give, it says here, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours of becoming aware of a change or expected change. Or they violate you, I guess. Of course, I don't know how strict POs are, at violating people, but number 6, you must allow the probation officer to visit you at any time at your home or elsewhere, and you must permit the probation officer to take any items prohibited by the conditions of your supervision that he or she observes in plain view. Drugs, alcohol, weapons, right? Number 7, and this would pertain to Don Wells also, I would assume. You must work full-time, at least 30 hours per week, at a lawful type of employment unless the probation officer excuses you from doing so. If you do not have full-time employment, you must try to find full-time employment unless the probation officer excuses you from doing so. If you plan to change where you work or anything about your work, such as your position or your job responsibilities, you must notify the probation officer at least 10 days before the change. If notifying the probation officer at least 10 days in advance is if it's not possible due to unanticipated circumstances, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours, becoming aware of the change or expected change. All right. Number 8, you must not communicate or interact with someone you know is engaged in criminal activity. Let me read that again. You must not communicate or interact with someone you know is engaged in criminal activity. If you know someone has been convicted of a felony, you must not knowingly communicate or interact with that person without first getting permission from your probation officer. In other words, can't have felonies. You can't have felons for friends. Poor Don. Oh, Lord. He's got to be a lonely man now. Number 9. If you are arrested or questioned by law enforcement, if you are arrested or questioned by a law enforcement officer, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours. Number 10. You must not own, possess, or have access to a firearm, ammunition, destructive device, or dangerous weapons, i.e. anything that was designed or was modified for the specific purpose of causing bodily injury or death to another person, such as nunchucks or tasers. Number 11, you must not act or make any agreement with a law enforcement agency to act as a confidential human source or informant without first getting the permission of the court. Let me read that again. You must not act or make any agreement with a law enforcement agency to act as a confidential human source or informant without first getting permission of the court. If the probation officer determines that you pose a risk to another person, including an organization, the probation officer may require you to notify the person about the risk, and you must comply with that instruction. The probation officer may contact the person and confirm that you have notified the person about the risk. That right there probably pertains to maybe domestic violence things, or I don't know, trespassing, stuff like that. You must, and 13, this is the last one under this section here. It says you must follow the instructions of your probation officer related to the conditions of supervision. So basically, whatever the supervisor tells you to do, or probation officer, you better do it. Yeah, better do it. All right, now travel restrictions. Here we go. Let's read this. Travel outside the Eastern District of Tennessee is not authorized without verbal or written permission of the United States probation officer, and requires the request for travel be made at least 2 weeks in advance of the date of travel. That means if Don Wells was going to Arkansas and he had plans on going out there April 1st, he would have had to notify his probation officer 2 weeks in advance. Travel may be granted. However, additional restrictions on your travel may apply depending on what judicial district you wish to travel. Travel outside the Eastern District of Tennessee is not permitted during the first 60 days of supervision. So basically, the first 60 days that you're on probation, you can't go nowhere. Except in extreme emergencies and only with permission from the probation officer. Okay, and that is it, guys. That is it. So like I said, I will leave the link for this in the description below, and you can go read it for yourself. There's some other things on here that is of interest maybe to you guys if you want to look at it. What is this SO registry? These are the Tennessee SO registry requirements. Okay, all right. So that's basically it. So if somebody wanted to know, what Don has to abide by while he's on probation, there you go. There you have it. So I hope that helps. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, flip me off. So, but again, guys, stay safe. I know it's hot out there. And thanks for tuning in to the little show tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. There you go. There might be some other links that you might be able to head off to on this page that I'm on, and go explore it. Probably some useful information in there. Never know. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow night.